What is up, fellow adventurers of Azeroth? It's Bazel back with another Season of Discovery video. Today we are going to be talking about the Enlightenment Rune for mages. Now, this rune in particular gives you a 10% damage buff whenever you have more than 70% mana. And then while you're below 30% mana, 10% of your mana regen continues while casting. This on its own is pretty good. And, you know, if you're planning on healing or anything, when you dip below that 30% mana, you're going to be able to have, you know, some mana regen, which is always going to be nice. And, you know, while you're above 70%, you're going to be able to heal better. Also, it's just good for mages in general because, you know, mana is an issue. Anywho, before I get into how we actually get it, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think, everything else. We really appreciate all your input. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, on Wowhead, it states to get this rune, you just walk around looking for a mob, for instance, for the humans, that have a debuff on them that says something about polymorph. And I don't know if it's been hotfixed or if it's just not that way. But it doesn't seem to be that there is a debuff on the mob. Instead, it just happens to be a critter that does not belong in that zone. For instance, I was finding parrots, I was finding gazelles, and all these things inside Elwyn Forest. These are not normal. Normally, you're going to see some deer, you're going to see some sheep, you're going to see some rabbits. That's about all the normal critters you're going to see in Elwyn. But then when you see the other ones, every time you polymorph them, they are going to drop an item. Not really drop an item. They're going to leave an item sitting on the ground. When you interact with it, it's going to give you a page. It takes 6 of these pages. Once you get all 6, you right-click to combine them. Boom, you got your rune. It's super easy. Once you get it, you're just going to constantly have the enlightenment buff until you go below 70%. And then start getting a buff when you go below 30. Anywho, I know this is an extremely short video. It's not my normal lengthy ones, but I just wanted to get that information out there because if you're following the Wowhead thing and you're using, I don't know if it's an LVY bug, but I could not see any of the debuffs. I just randomly polymorphed a random critter and then I got one of the pages and I was like, okay, hold on, what was different? And then I realized it's because that particular critter did not belong in Elwyn Forest. With that being said, hopefully this helps. Hopefully anybody that's a little bit confused on the reading of how Wowhead, you know, phrases everything on that, hopefully this helps you out, helps you get your rune. It's one of the early game runes, so it's not like it's one of the most busted runes. It's not going to allow you to heal. It's not going to give you all these bonuses. But the fact that it's an easier to get rune, and it's not exactly worded well. I figured I'd make a guide on it. So yeah. Anyways, with that, everybody have a fantastic day, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.